What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Killer Drone, and welcome back to some more Terraria. I am here underneath the jungle biome, exploring some caves on a little bit of an adventure, and I wanted to bring you guys back here at the beginning of the episode because I just found a chest that has our very first pet in it. If we go ahead and open up the chest, you will see we have ourselves a bit of seaweed, and the seaweed is an equipable item that summons a pet turtle. Now, pets in this game do not really do a whole lot. They just kind of follow you around and look kind of cute, but it is cool. It's a cool little collectible. It's more of a vanity item, but I love it. Now, some pets are light pets, so some pets will provide light, but in this case, this one's just a regular pet that'll follow you around. So we got ourselves a pet turtle. That is awesome. Got ourselves some arrows, some healing potions, and some glow sticks. I actually want to take this guy out here, and he should, theoretically, follow us around. Can you guys see him? He's kind of hard to see in here because of all the green. There's our little pet turtle guy. He is adorable. That is awesome. Well, I'm going to continue exploring around here. I just wanted to bring you guys back for that. I'm actually looking for a giant beehive in this area. I'm hoping to find a room that is a beehive. Not just this little small beehive, but a big beehive. A huge, massive beehive with honey all over the place. That is the goal for today, but it's gonna prove a little bit more difficult than you would think. Anyway, I'm gonna continue exploring down here in the jungle caves, and I will bring you guys back if we find anything interesting. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have found myself another chest, and this one contains a suspicious looking eye. This summons the Eye of Cthulhu. So this is kind of like a free boss fight. We can summon this guy at nighttime and fight him whenever we want. We don't have to wait for his percent chance to spawn in our world. We can just summon him outright. So that is pretty nice. Gold coins, platinum bars, and some jagged shoe spikes. I think I already have like 4 or 5 of these, so I'm not going to save those. I'm just going to get rid of them. So yeah, I think we're good. Found ourselves another chest, ladies and gentlemen. I love our little turtle friend, by the way. He just kind of follows us around, and he looks so cool. I love him. Anyway. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back here at the base, and I want to get a couple upgrades in our equipment slots. So, first and foremost, what do we have in our equipment slot right now? Well, we have the lucky Hermes Boots, which is really nice, but I think that this could use an upgrade, and I've already purchased the spiked rocket boots. I believe that we can somehow combine the rocket boots with the lucky Hermes Boots by using this tinker table. We'll talk about that here in just a minute, but there's also a couple of other things I think I can combine up that are over here in our inventory. Things like the compass and the depth meter, I think can be combined with a golden watch in order to make something else. I believe it makes a GPS, which basically just combines all 3 of the things into one item that I can carry around, basically just saving inventory space. Over here, we also have things like the Armored Blizzard in a Bottle, the Rash Band of Regeneration, we have Lucky Feral Claws, we have the Fleeting Shark Tooth Necklace. All of these are extremely good, but I would like to see if I can combine some of them to get even better equipment. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to look up some things, I'm going to get some things ready to craft. First and foremost, I know that I'm going to have some chain created, which I think is just made out of iron. Yes, so I'll just go ahead, I'll make some chain like so, and then I think I should be able to make a watch. However, I may have to make that at the tinkerer's table instead of over here. Let's head, actually it may be, let's check the tinkerer's table. It may be a regular table, I'm not entirely sure. It may be a regular workbench. Let's check here, and I don't see a watch. I think I have enough gold. I tell you what, give me just a minute, let me look some things up, and I'll bring you guys back in a second. So this is kind of a weird one. It is not a work table or a workbench, and is also not the tinkerer's table, but it is actually a regular table and a chair. Works as the workbench for a golden watch. That is really interesting. I did not know that this actually worked as a workbench, so that's really cool. But we now have our armored gold watch, which provides us +3 defense. Not bad whatsoever. And I think I can go ahead and combine these up at the top at our tinkerer's table in order to get another set of equipment. So right here we have ourselves the GPS. It shows position and tells the time, but I think it actually gets all 3 of these. I think it displays depth, it displays horizontal position, and it also tells the time. I think that is what this thing does. So let's go ahead and let's craft all 3 of those together. And now we have the GPS. Now we should have one item that displays all of this information at all times for us. That is absolutely perfect. Now, in order to get this Tinkerer table, you have to get the Goblin Tinkerer, which we found this guy a while back in a cave, and I went ahead and moved him over here. Also, another thing that I didn't even mention, I moved all of the NPCs out of my house. I made them their own little place over here. These are what is known as these types of buildings, or what is known as NPC prisons, because the NPCs can't actually move around whenever they're in their house, which makes them very easy for us to just quickly talk to them, which I really like. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Once you have your Goblin Tinkerer, you can just talk to him in the shop, and you can buy spiky balls, tool belt, a grappling hook if you don't have one, the Tinkerer's Workshop, which is what we just used, a ruler, and also the rocket boots. I already bought the rocket boots because I think that I can combine those as well with our Hermes boots, but I may have to have another crafting table, or I may be missing an item. I'm not entirely sure. That's another thing that I'm going to look up here in just a second. Now, one thing that I do want to know is I see that our GPS doesn't have any type of like lucky. So like this one says lucky life form analyzer. I don't know if we can do that for the GPS. So let's see if I can give it a prefix. So just place the GPS in there, and I can reforge it for 5 gold. I don't know if it's going to give us something though. Let's waste it. Let's see. Nice! We got the wild GPS. Okay, so we got +1% melee speed. That's not particularly good, but it is good that we know that we can rework these things. And we can combine more of these together in the future as well. Things like the life form analyzer and I think the radar go together. And then eventually all of these types of materials can go into one item called the cell phone. I'm going to keep looking to see things that I can combine here at the Tinkerer and see what all gear upgrades we can get, and I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gents, so it looks like the next upgrade that we can get, and probably the last upgrade that we can get for right now, is going to be our boot upgrade. And just like I said, it is going to be the rocket boots and the Hermes boots combined together in order to get the Specter Boots. But I first want to show you guys what the Hermes Boots and the Rocket Boots do. In case you guys are unfamiliar, the Hermes Boots we've been wearing most of the playthrough. We got these very early on, and they just allow us to run faster as you go along the ground. Pretty much only flat surfaces. If you have a unflat surface, it doesn't really work out that well. But overall, not too bad of a item. Let's go ahead and take that guy off. And we just bought the rocket boots. These are the spiked rocket boots. We'll go ahead and put these on. And basically what these allow us to do is to fly. These allow flight, which I believe is not true flight. I believe it's kind of like a double jump. Let's go ahead and take our blizzard in a bottle off. There you go. So you can see we get much, much higher with these guys. Once again, not a complete double jump, but it is pretty good. Wow, we just took a lot of damage there. But anyway, let's go ahead and... Oh, and we can actually... Okay, interesting. I can actually stop the fire and then reapply the fire. That's really cool. All right, let's go ahead and take these off, though, and let's now put them together into the Specter Boots. So if we go ahead into our crafting menu here at the Tinker's table, we now have the Specter Boots made. And these are the hasty Specter Boots. So they increase our movement speed by 3%. Not bad. And we can run super fast and also fly. So we now have both in the same. Also, I see that I'm missing an accessory. What am I missing? Oh, my Blizzard in a Bottle. I guess we can't actually use these anymore if we're going to be using the rocket boots. So we may have to find a replacement for these two things. But let's go ahead and let's check this out. Okay, not bad. We are taking a lot of damage from this, though. So, yeah, it's basically like a short flight. It's not a huge flight, but it does look like it is higher. It does look like it is higher and much easier to get places with these than it did with our double jump from our Blizzard in a Bottle. Yeah, I can get much, much higher with these. So this is definitely a significant upgrade that we got here. Not bad. However, I do need to replace my Jagged Cloud in a Bottle and a Blizzard in a Bottle then, because these are not going to be any good for us anymore. I don't think that we can combine these in any way either. No, it doesn't look like it. That's fine. I have plenty of other accessories down here in my chest that I'm not using, so I'll just pick out some that are going to give us some nice boosts. This one does 1 damage. This one does 3 defense. We'll find something that is relatively comparable. Also, I do have the Wild Sailfish boots, which I believe can also be used to craft the Specter Boots. But that's not something that we're doing right this second. We don't need a second pair of Specter Boots at the time, at this moment, I guess. So I'm just going to hold on to these, and I'm going to try and find some other things that will give us some pretty good added benefits. So I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we are back, and I have a set of gear that I think is going to work out perfect for me. So first and foremost, the Specter Boots that we just created, plus 3% movement speed. I may re-roll these to try and get some type of offense or defensive ability, but for right now, I think they're fine. This is the Angry Lucky Horseshoe. This gives us plus 3% damage, and this negates all fall damage. So whenever we're using our boots, if we take too much of a fall, we will not take damage. So this is more of a lifesaver for me. Then we have the Rash Band of Regeneration. This slowly regenerates our health over time, which is also giving us plus 2% melee speed. Not super huge in that regard, but decent enough. Then we have the Lucky Feral Claws. This is something that we've been using for a while. It's plus 4% critical strike chance and plus 12% increased melee speed. So that is not a bad roll at all. And then we have the Fleeting Shark Tooth Necklace, which gives us plus 2 movement speed. I may try and reroll some of these plus 2 movement speeds real quick just to give us more damage or something like that. I don't feel like movement speed right now is really what we want. I think we want more damage, defense, and melee speed, but that's just kind of my opinions. Even increased defense would be great, but anyway, I'm going to try and reroll some of these real quick, but I'm actually not going to bring you guys back until we are back underground in the jungle doing some digging. So I will bring you guys back in just a minute. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, back underground, and I finally found what I was looking for here in the jungle biome. This is the Queen Bee's lair, and I've already set up a boss arena here for us to fight the Queen Bee, but I still have a couple other items that I want to get before I attempt to fight her. The reason that I have a couple more items is just because I'm very nervous about fighting any of the bosses in this game. I am, like I said, a noob. I've never played through this game before, so I'm not exactly the best at fighting these bosses. I don't know all of their mechanics or anything like that. So having every advantage that I possibly can is something that I'm going to want whenever fighting all of the bosses. Now, one of the items that I want to get is a Bazaar. The Bazaar is an accessory item, which, you know, we were trying to upgrade our accessories today. It's an accessory item that actually makes us immune to poison effects. So we won't be poisoned from fighting her, which is extremely good because poison is basically the one thing that I'm having to struggle with while going through the jungle biome here. It's pretty much the only thing that continuously kills me over and over again. So if I can find an item that grants me poison immunity, then that is amazing. Now, these things are relatively rare. I believe it is a 1% drop rate from hornets, and I have yet to get one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find areas around here that is just spawning a ton of hornets and hope that our luck holds up today. Hopefully, we will get a couple of these bazaars. Or I say a couple. I really only need one. But, yeah. I feel like getting just one is going to be even a pain. So, this ought to be interesting. I'm going to find an area that's wide open just like so. And hopefully we'll get some hornets spawning. And then hopefully we'll get this drop. Wish me luck, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be grinding for a bit. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The last piece of the puzzle before we can take on the Queen Bee. It is the Warding Bazaar. I don't know that I'm saying that name right, but this thing gives us +4 defense and also immunity to poison. This means that we should be able to take on the Queen Bee no problem. But I think I'm going to hold off until the next episode. I do hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this episode, be sure to leave a like on it, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Terraria content, as well as Minecraft content. But anyway, guys, it's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.